There may come a time in history where people like Joe Biden are no longer able to prevent the story from being told and getting around. About the time I was poisoned in the mouth by Seattle, the clubhouse founder, Larry, had a mysterious stroke at a young age. And of course, Donnie Chin had been killed, then Cersei, then two more Kennedys with the COVID bomb. The people at the clubhouse call building momentum. And the leader says that the real issue is money. That explains everything that happens. So I guess it explains why Seattle lied to and about me for 12 years while refusing to allow me to attend school. When I finally escaped, I of course graduated, made honors, Phi Theta Kappa. They had a script they were following. The script was written by the people who released the AIDS attack. Maniacally, they reasoned the horrible, horrible nerve agent that they implanted that you can now see when I pull on it, that caused so much suffering, could only lead me demanding compensation for torture. They said, what we'll do instead, since the script was about you, is we'll tell our AIDS victims that there's good money in it if they torture you some more. So the people who released AIDS hired their own victims to torture somebody who they tortured. The people who released AIDS hired their own victims to torture someone they tortured. The people who released AIDS hired their own victims to torture someone they had tortured. They called this building momentum when they slaughterhoused our grannies. Joe Biden is some president, isn't he? America is the place where the rule of law means being helpless when they murder your loved ones, rape your friends, torture you, deafen you, castrate you, and laugh. That's the so-called meaning of the rule of law. Releasing COVID, they call it building momentum. And then they smile, say it's all about money. And who are these heroes? Who is their leader? Who is the man behind the pretzel logic? The one who gloats and says, top sacredly, he still has the final solution to the magical mystery matter. Who do you think? You think it's Penis Gabriel? I think it's Paul McCartney and that rabid Yoko Ono, who were behind all of that horror in the 60s. Their gang murdered King and Bobby Kennedy. Yes, sir, that's what happened. It's right in the script that you deny for the money. They paid you to deny that that's what they did, and you went along with it. They murdered Bobby. They murdered Dr. King to promote the Beatles' White album. White supposedly meant mourning. It was released November 22nd, 1968. Does November 22nd mean anything to you anymore? I doubt it, because you've been paid good money to forget what it means. And oh, that sure sounds mourning. All the children sang when they zap him right between the eyes. That sure sounds like mourning. And they murdered Cersei Kennedy and put out another song with Bob Dylan saying that JFK had to pay. That's what it says. I hear it made #1. Ain't that some? #1. These #1 crooks who worked with Shulman on torture and false witness and ripping off the Carnegie Museum. He was busted in an $8 million museum heist. Built momentum for the AIDS attackers. Ain't that something? They made a hit single of the murder of Circe Kennedy and 2 more of her family with the lyrics, JFK had to pay. Ain't that something? That's some Kremlin Yoko Ono sits in that evil New York City. That Kremlin right in the face of the United States of America. Boy, ain't that something. That's really something. The rule of law, they call it.